Okay, I'm Kirill. I'm an attorney duly licensed to practice law in the state of New York and also admitted in a federal court for the Southern District of New York. I currently work at a boutique law firm, and we focus on securities and corporate law in both transactional and litigation aspects of them. So I'm exposed to various types of projects, from the initial startups and advising on the corporate structure for them, for the international startups, for blockchain startups, or for shell companies that will later become public. And I deal with both US and offshore jurisdictions. I often deal with the SEC related projects, whether it's A1 or S1 offering, and responsible to a lot of SEC compliance stuff. And on the final note, I'm a leading blockchain counsel in our firm, and I had the blockchain and digital assets practice, working with issuers, OTC transactions, broker-dealer compliance applications, and various investment advisor issues. And since I anticipate to continue working with securities and blockchain-related practice and more closely involved in this cross-cultural fast-paced environment, I'm very excited to talk to you, Sergey, and to talk with all your guests who, as you described, are extremely like-minded and extremely entrepreneurial people, and that's why I'm here. Thank you.
Okay, great. You have used very interesting words. Initial startups. What does it mean? Are they startups or they are blockchain-related startups? What do you mean saying that two words, initial startup?
Oh, I see. So I would say that there are two types of newly incorporated entities that we deal with. The first type is the standard startups, when someone decided to open a business and opens it. The second one is when there is an existing business wherever, maybe in Russia, maybe in Europe, maybe in Singapore, maybe in Japan, and then they decide to structure it and to incorporate it in a way that allows them to attract investors, allows them to actively participate in international markets. Maybe it allows them to register as a private foreign issuer with the Securities and Exchange Commission and place their securities on some stock exchange or on OTC markets. So essentially, there is a pre-existing business that needs to be formalized, and that's why I use this expression. It's not a term of art. I just casually used it.
Okay, I see. I want to listen just 2 words about your topic. It's about crypto securities, risks of blockchain-based investment strategies, and dilemmas on regulation of blockchain securities, jurisdictional aspects of initial coin offering, and international blockchain advisors in Delaware regulations of blockchain, and why Wyoming is overly hyped. As you know as well, ICOs are dead as well. IEOs are dead as well. And now maybe security token offering maybe somehow been existed. What do you think about that? I want to just talk about, I'm eager to know what kind of attorney services are you ready to provide for that kind of companies?
Thank you. That's a good question. And indeed, I wanted to talk about essentially blockchain securities offerings, whether private or public, and at all stages, and their jurisdictional component, whether the participants understand that, let's say, opening a BVI entity doesn't automatically preclude them from the US jurisdiction and from particular governmental bodies going after them if there is some US component or there is a reasonable relation as the SEC, the Securities Exchange Commission, may determine. And as for the dead or not dead ICOs, well, of course, I cannot give any economic advice or investment advice regarding the industry overall. I can say that right now I'm in the process of preparation a lot of state-of-the-art documents, including warrants for future tokens and various safes and softs for the ongoing projects. So I would say that the blockchain securities are definitely not dead, but maybe they are dead in their previous romantic era when everyone decided that it's a completely new instrument and everyone can do whatever. Right now, it's a very complicated process where you make sure that you are compliant with all the jurisdictions, and first of all, the jurisdictions where the investors come from, not just where you are incorporated. And secondly, since it's kind of an extra step from the technological point of view, maybe also it's also very important to understand why the offering or the entire security structure is based on blockchain technology, because it's totally fine. Delaware or in Wyoming already explicitly amended their statutes to allow using blockchain ledger as a type of the recordation system for securities instead of, let's say, stock certificates. But at the same time, now the investors do, or the founders do it not because it's something novel and they're going to escape jurisdictional implications, but rather for some extra purposes. Let's say to avoid the necessity of the transfer agent services, or to avoid something else. Yeah. So it's just a completely different environment, as you said. Maybe I totally agree with you that to some extent it can be called dead in the previous iteration, but now it's very active, but in different aspects.
Okay, let me stop you here, and we are get connected, and I think that I am and all the viewers will see you in our very close event very soon, and I expect that all the viewers and all the panelists are going to be expected to discuss this event in a very near future. Kirill, thank you for being participating. We will see you very soon. Keep connected, please.
Thank you so much. Thank you.